Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So we're on step 4 of the actual car wash process. So far we've done the wheels, we've done the actual car wash, all the steps there, and then we also did the drying, which is another really big step. So that's the bulk of the wash. I mean, you know, the car is clean, all the paint and the panels and everything is really clean. The wheels are clean, tires, we're all good there. But the next step that I normally do is actually the glass or the windows. Windows in general can be a detailer's worst nightmare, just because if you don't pay attention to it and you kind of overlook this step, it can make perfect detail job on a car look terrible. And by that, you know, there can be hazing, there can be swirling and smearing. So if you're not using the right products, the right towels, the right technique, it really can just hinder the overall appearance and overall look of the car. This is just something that I developed over the years, you know, just the process that I've developed. It's not the right way, but it's not the wrong way. It's just my way. I'll say that in all my videos because I want to make sure that people understand that this is not the only way to do things. It's just the way that I do them, and I found that they work well for me. I'm just going to go over the few steps that I do. I'm just going to do the windshield here. You can follow suit around the entire car. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me, you know, clean every single window in the car. It's relatively exactly the same on each glass. Since we have such a big piece of glass here, it's easy to see, so you'll get a better idea of what I do. So basically, the windows are pretty clean after the wash. You know, I really do spend some time making sure that, you know, all the bugs are off and all the grime and everything that may get on it during a normal drive through the week. So they are relatively clean, but there's still a few marks, especially on the inside. Obviously you don't wash the inside, but on the outside it's pretty clean. It already has bead maker on it, so it kind of helps with the hydrophobic properties. So, you know, the water just kind of shoots off. I do not have a coating on any parts of the glass. All I do is my normal glass cleaner, which I'll go over in a little bit. And then I put bead maker on top. I put bead maker on everything, and it does a really great job at, you know, just rejecting the water and just shooting off. Half the time I don't even have to use my wiper blades, especially when it's raining really hard and I'm, you know, on the highway or something, you know, moving at a high rate of speed. It kind of just shoots off, and I honestly I hardly even use my windshield wipers. The only time that I really need them is if I'm driving slower, you know, just stop lights and everything like that, just because it doesn't have a chance to actually blow off. First, let's go over the actual product that I use to clean the glass. Very simple. It's nothing, there's no crazy amount of tools or crazy products. It's simply just a window cleaner and a microfiber towel that I really absolutely love. So we'll go over that right now. All right, simple enough. This is all that I use to clean the glass on all the parts of the car and every single car that I ever do. Like I said, there's no crazy tools, there's no crazy products or anything like that. It's simply just my dedicated window waffle weave microfiber, as well as a good glass cleaner. You really honestly can use pretty much any glass cleaner that you like. I just happen to, this is Adam's glass cleaner, I should first say, but it's just something, if you have a glass product that you really like, use it. There's really no, I don't think there's one better than the next. Honestly, if it works well and it doesn't leave streaking or anything like that, then just stick with it. There's a lot of different products out there, but I just ended up getting a big gallon of Adam's glass cleaner years ago, and I haven't run out of it since, and I use it all the time. And it's relatively cheap. I think it's around 25, 30 bucks for a full gallon. And like I said, I've had it for quite a few years. So it doesn't run out quick, and it does a good job. And it's also really important, if you have tinted windows, you need something that is ammonia free. If you have something with ammonia in it, it's gonna basically destroy the tint, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure, that's the only thing I guess you want to make sure of, that it is ammonia free. And Adam's glass cleaner is ammonia free, so I just use it all the time. It's safe on tint, safe on the exterior, and I do believe it does help a little bit with the actual hydrophobic properties on the windshield as well, because sometimes you know, back in the past, before I was using bead maker all the time, I would just use this, and it actually did a really good job at repelling the water. This towel you can get from Obsessed Garage. You can get it from the link below. This is just Matt's dedicated window or glass cleaner towel. I forget who it's by. It might be by Microfiber Madness or the Rag Company. I'm not sure. I forget. But this is the microfiber that he uses. It is a waffle weave. If you notice up close, it's a nice waffle weave pattern. I do not like microfibers on the windows. It tends to lint, and it ends up making the windows look really, I don't know, it doesn't look that great. And anything that's too thin, it kind of bunches up and sticks. These don't stick. These actually do a really good job at just kind of gliding across the glass, and they clean really well. And I found that the microfiber, I don't know what it is about it, but it really works well. So I highly suggest getting a few of these. I have about 4 of them, and I've had these for years and they look brand new after each wash. So highly recommend these. Again, if you're looking for these, it's in the Obsessed Garage link in the description below. You can buy as many as you want. They're relatively cheap. I don't know what they're at currently, but you can get a boatload of them for not that much. So let's go clean the glass. I'll show you the exact step-by-step that I do. So if anybody is interested on how I clean the glass, this is how I do it. All right, so the first step that I do, some people don't, they just skip this step. But first thing I do is actually lift up the windshield wipers. Some people just clean under them as they go, but for whatever reason, I just like them up so nothing gets in the way and get a good clean wipe. Some people I know just leave them in there and just kind of pick them up and go under them, but I feel like this just gets it better. It's a personal preference kind of thing. So if you prefer keeping them down, you know, whatever, that's fine. Again, this is just the way I do it. So I got my Adams glass cleaner. I'm simply just going to spray down the whole windshield, get on the other side as well. You know, be liberal with it. You know, don't be cheap with it. Actually use it because you want the product to actually work. You know, a lot of the times people don't use enough product and then they say it doesn't work right. So you want to make sure that you use enough to actually make the product work. So spray down the whole windshield. I know this seems very self-explanatory, but it works for me and I know how frustrating windows can get, so that's why I'm doing it. But all I do is I'll do like an initial wipe just to get the actual product spread around. And I'll do half the window. Obviously I can't reach across the whole way, but the nice thing about the Adams glass cleaner is you can tell it has that I forget what it's called, but it kind of just dries on its own, and that's something that I always look for in a glass cleaner if I ever do change up. So something like that, it's just much easier. It doesn't streak, it dries really quickly. So then I just wipe down the whole half of the windshield with one side, and then all I'm doing is going to flip it over. You can even do basically what they call is a 2-towel method. So basically you would have 2 of these, you would wipe it down once, turn it over, wipe it here, and then you can get another perfectly dry towel and wipe it down again, just for an extra measure wipe. I don't really find that necessary, and I find that it's kind of a waste of a towel. Entirely up to you. If you feel that you need another wipe down on a different towel, then so be it. Just leave it over your shoulder or something. And then you can do a final wipe. As you can see, it's very straightforward. Believe it or not, people ask me this question, so if you may think this video is kind of pointless and dumb, I do get a lot of questions about how I clean glass, so I figured I'd make this video so you guys get a better idea. A lot of people always ask me questions, how do you keep your car so clean, and what do you do? How do you do this? How do you do that? And, as you can see, I'm not doing anything spectacular or different or using special products that people can't get or anything like that. It's all basic stuff that anyone can find, anyone can do, and it doesn't take a professional to do what I just did here. It's literally just spraying it on and wiping it off and flipping the towel over once and doing like a second wipe. But that's really it. And the point of this video is just to make people understand that you really don't need thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment and a bunch of stuff to actually get the results that I get or other people that you may see get. Just as long as you understand what you're doing and you're using quality products. But this, like I said, this is relatively cheap. You get a full gallon for 25, 30 bucks. And these are probably, I think these are like $2-3 each or something like that. They're really cheap. It's not anything that anyone can't get. As I said, it's all basic stuff, and just doing this, it's crazy. Like I said, some people just take Windex and a paper towel and will do that, and it leaves a terrible mess. So don't be discouraged. Make sure you just get a good product and a good towel. The towel is really key here. So if you're using like an old microfiber that's dirty or something and it's really fluffy and it's leaving lint around and everything, I understand that. I understand the frustration. Believe it or not, these 2 products have taken me years. Find a process that I absolutely love and I use it constantly. And it's one of those things that I really don't find myself needing to change after all these years. I finally found something that works, and usually when I do that, I stick to it, and that's usually it. Once in a while, I'll try something different, but this is just something that works really well, so I really don't find myself needing to change. For the inside, I don't think I need to show you. I think you guys get a good idea. I don't want to make this video too long. One step that I do on the interior is I'll take a bigger towel, a bigger microfiber, and lay it across the dash, because when you spray it, the stuff gets everywhere. So I usually lay that across the dash just to protect it and just kind of pick up all the the spray that's coming off, or the overspray, I should say. And then I just wipe it down, same process. I'll do like the initial wipe on one side, flip it over, make sure I get in all the corners and everything, and it comes out looking really, really nice. That is my process on how I wash my windows, or how I wash glass, clean glass, whatever you want to call it. I do the same process around the whole entire car, the mirrors, inside and outside of the sides and the back. I find myself not having to do the inside windshield as often. I'll always do the exterior, but sometimes I really don't. Not every wash I do the inside. I really don't find the need. The only time that I find the need is when I see it kind of hazing up just from the gases, you know, coming out from the dash and everything, you know, while it's sitting in the sun. That's the only time that I find that it really needs it. But I'm gonna actually wash it tonight because it's been a couple washes since I did the interior here. So I will do that. But same process around the whole entire car. Very straightforward. If anybody has any questions, be sure to ask. You can get any of this stuff in the links below. Yeah, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions at all, I mean, seriously, I know this is simple, but if you have a question and you want to ask, don't be afraid to ask. I'm not mean. I answer everybody's questions. So ask them below. I encourage the conversation. I really enjoy it. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. If you guys are interested in any of this stuff, again, they're all in the links below, so be sure to use them. It really does help the channel out. Keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you in the next one.